You are watching Midnight Movie Talk live from Los Angeles. I'm Eric Weber, and it is finally here. Wakanda Forever opening night. We have not had a major four-quad tent-pole blockbuster in the marketplace since Thor Love and Thunder back in July. Finally, it's opening night for Black Panther 2. And we are now going to get into your thoughts on the film. To recap my thoughts, I'll give you a second. Let's pull up this so you guys can start commenting what you think of Wakanda Forever. Those of you who saw it, and trust me, it's doing well tonight. I mean, they have showings around the clock down the street at Burbank 16. Literally, they have shows until 3 o'clock in the morning. We'll show you some of that here in a moment. But I do want to go over my thoughts, and then we get into your thoughts about this film. If you missed the stream from Monday night, Tuesday night, make that, then you missed what I'm going to recap quickly here. Completely underwhelmed me. Okay, I was really excited to see this. I think Ryan Coogler's one of the best filmmakers we have going. I think after this, it's time to reevaluate what he is going to do going forward. I want to see him back doing things like Fruitvale Station, like Creed, not MCU stuff. The film's flat. Okay, that was my reaction to it. I had very little reaction to it. It was just like it happened. The action scenes don't even do anything for me. And of course, we know the Chadwick Boseman not replacing the Black Panther with a true T'Challa, right? We don't get that. So that is obviously a big letdown as well. It's also overlong, right? At least 30 minutes minimum overlong. And then my biggie too is that Namor's miscast here. And it's not just about the character being underwritten, which I will agree with. I don't think it's really as best served as you could do with Namor. But I also believe that when you look at an actor physically, they need to really play the part. And the thing that Namor is missing more than anything physically and just from a gravitas standpoint is menace. I want to see a more menacing Namor. We didn't get that here. Let's get into the comments on this Friday. Almost said Friday. I keep forgetting what day it is. It's Thursday. It's Thursday, y'all. Let's get into it here on MMT. Thanks for being here. We get into it. Thought it was all right. Vault of the Future. They totally should have recast him, and I thought it was way too long. And definitely agree that Namor was miscast. Cool character, though. But the wing feet cracked me up. Didn't work. The wing feet, they do. They're just kind of goofy. Definitely was not as designed when they thought about it, when they storyboarded it, and they said, hey, this is going to be cool. We're going to give him some winged feet, these little wings on his ankles. And it's like, nah, it didn't really work. So, yeah, the movie was good. Thank God they did not recast him. I think people wanting to recast are heartless after a death like that. They did the right, humane decision. Cell phone. Listen, I think there's a way, and I know you have more here, but I'm just going to pause. I think there's a way to do T'Challa with a new actor and still pay tribute to Chadwick Boseman. I think there is a way. Obviously, we got some version of it here, but I mean, even the beginning of the film, we don't really see Black Panther die. We see them trying to save him, but even that is kind of just, that doesn't really work. Couldn't you just put him in the Black Panther suit and then have him coming back from a battle and he's dead? I don't know. There's a better way to do this. And I think that's another of my major points and issues with Wakanda Forever. Throughout the film, I kept saying there's a better way to do this, whether it's casting Namor, casting Ironheart. If you look at all of these things, you start to say there's just a better version of this film out there, and it's really disappointing. Audience scores are by the way, I have a little bit of a cold. So if I am sniffling, please excuse me. Way better than expected audience scores so far. It's early. Let's do that right now. Let's check it. Okay, hold on. Let's go right to Rotten Tomatoes and let's check what the critic score is versus the audience score right now as we go and we look into it. Now, remember this, that the critic score was dropping by the moment. Okay, it's down now to 85%. Here it is. So it's at 85%. Audience score at 94%, 500 plus. It's early. We'll see. The audience score is definitely higher than I expected. Tomato meter, those dropping. Remember, it started at 94. Now it's down to 85. So that's probably where it's going to end up being, probably low 80s. I think a little bit lower, but we pretty much have everyone in on the reviews. You got 210. I mean, sure, we get a few more, but at this point, I think we're kind of right around that low to mid 80s audience score is going to drop. I don't think it's going to stay at 94, but it is surprising to me because, again, it's just an underwhelming film. I just absolutely think it is. Visual effects way better than the first movie. I disagree with that. Wakanda feels real, not fake like the first movie. I think they both don't look great. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of the effects in BP1, but I will say I don't think the effects here are that great either. I mean, even Namor, right when he first comes out of the water and he's coming up, and there he is, and you're just like, this doesn't look that good. And I think it gets back to someone on Twitter had a great comment, and they said Marvel is stretching themselves thin by having all these shows. They have to put the CG, and when I say Marvel, obviously we mean Disney as well. You have all of this Marvel product, and you have to render it. You have to put all that CG in there for She-Hulk and all the shows and the movies we get. And I think once you start doing that, you stretch yourself thin, and the stuff starts to look worse. I would argue that the effects in Black Adam are stronger than the effects in Wakanda Forever. And I'm not saying Wakanda Forever effects are like atrocious, like something like a Netflix CGI film, but it's not as good as you want, and that comes from the stretching thin. I think the other thing about Wakanda Forever, and get into this with the comments, it feels to me like an extension of the TV show. It's almost like a TV show movie. Right? And we know the TV shows aren't that great. I don't watch them, but I know you guys know they're not that great. And I know they're not that good because, listen, it's a TV show. It's not a movie. Movies always going to be better than a TV show. There are exceptions, but in general, a film should look better, should have more weight to it than a TV show. But the problem is that now you have this almost, serial feel to Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, and it comes from, I think, Marvel doing all this television and then movies. They all don't know what the difference is between all the things. I like the old days where we just got a film and we were good. I was thinking back to like Joker, right? What made Joker such a great film? It was self-contained. Sure, we're going to get a sequel, but we didn't need to get a sequel. It's all right there. Doesn't it feel like Marvel is always building? They're trying to build a new universe. Here's Ironheart. Here's a new character. Here's the new this. Let's take it this way. I think that is problematic because you can't get fully invested in a film because it's always about the next thing. It's like the old TV show cliffhanger, next week's episode. That's how Marvel is feeling. And I'll tell you what, I really honestly do need a break from Marvel. I don't know about you guys. I need a break. And the Batman is way better. I mean, as a film, the Batman and what Matt Reeves does is vastly superior to anything that we see in Wakanda Forever. From a filmmaking perspective alone, the cinematography of Greg Fraser, I don't even really see Ryan Coogler here. I see moments of him, but then I see him disappear. And I've seen this over and over and over with Marvel. You see imprint of the director who is in charge, and then all of a sudden it disappears. Then it comes back, it disappears. And you look at Eternals, you look at Doctor Strange. I think that actually Thor might be the closest thing to what Taika does, that he seems to have the most control over his films. But everyone else, it feels like we get some of the filmmaker, and then we get this generic, right? We almost get like two versions of a film crammed into one. So it's hard to say. I'd love to get behind the scenes and find out what the director did, and then what eventually the Marvel bigwigs, the brass, the Kevin Feige's come in and say, hey, we're going to change it to this. Because I feel like Doctor Strange for sure is two different movies. The movie felt way flat, way too long, didn't care about the characters, and the villain was weak. You don't care about the characters, hard to care about the finale. Bozeman tribute was nice. It was. You have to get that right. But I agree with all of this. It's just it's a weak film. It doesn't have the moments that you look for when you stand up and cheer, when you get all excited. You go back to Endgame and obviously Avengers Assemble. Oh my God, that moment, we have nothing that even comes close to that. By the way, did you guys notice the Ironheart scene we talked about, right? With the cops on the bridge. Here comes Ironheart, the good superhero, and she torches the cops. Didn't you think that was weird? Did you notice that? Did anyone else notice that? Was I the only one who noticed that? I had a producer friend who noticed it. But any of you out there, did you notice that the superhero just torched cops? I think that's strange. I don't love that. Okay? Say what you want about the cops. I know some people don't love police, whatever. But at the end of the day, they're the only things that are protecting us from some really bad things ultimately. So, I mean, you got to have some respect, and God bless the guys who go out and do that. Can you imagine wanting to do that every day? Going out and being a cop and dealing with like terrible people all the time? That'd be a crap job. You couldn't pay me to do that job. All right. The movie loses focus in the third act. The strongest parts of the tributes to Chadwick in the third act is definitely not the best part of this film, but I'd argue almost all of it is. Didn't love it. Letitia Wright was unable to carry the film. I would agree 100%. You know who's better than Letitia? Is Lupita Nyong'o, right? I mean, stronger actress. When you put the two of them together, which one has more presence? Which one has more gravitas? Which one is just more interesting to watch? It is absolutely Lupita Nyong'o. So when you look at Lupita, you're like, why aren't you going to be the new Black Panther? I think that was certainly more interesting. And it's just the reality of it. Now, it's not like we're slamming Letitia Wright here, but we're just saying the truth. And I think that, you guys know how Hollywood works. It's all about truth. That's why, tonight I had a little bit of fun with Namor, and I'm like, okay, fine. I don't even want to go here, but I'm going to tell you. In Hollywood, people are ruthless. Casting directors are ruthless. They're going to look at somebody and say, I don't like that person because they look like my cousin and my cousin's an asshole, right? That's literally, or this person's just like 5 pounds too fat. Whatever it is, there's these little things that casting directors, they nitpick. And then when you do try to do stuff on Twitter like that, people go, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, you know how long you'd last in Hollywood? Roughly 5 seconds. So if we're going to say Letitia Wright doesn't really have the command of the screen and the interest level that's required to play Black Panther, it's not a slam against her individually. It just is what it is. Some people have it, some people do not have it, and that's the reality of the world. Okay, there's a reason why some people are super popular actors and some aren't, because they're more interesting to watch. I mean, would you think that Chris Hemsworth was as interesting? I think he's a great comedic actor, by the way. But do you think that he would work as well if he was like a $140? Think about it. No, of course it wouldn't. One of the reasons that Chris Hemsworth works not only as Thor, but almost in every role, is he has the physical presence that you need to project on the big screen, and that's a part that Letitia Wright doesn't have. But for some reason, you just turn around and you watch Lupita Nyong'o in the same scene. You're like, my God, you can tell the difference. The Rotten Tomatoes verified audience score, yeah, it is right now, right? It's still 94. Let's refresh it. Hold on, I'm going to refresh it. Let's just keep hitting it and see if it goes down. That's funny when that happens. Here it is. Nope, it's still at 85.94. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But I'm telling you, I have a feeling that number's going down, not going up. Cut the Ironheart story, and the film comes in around 2 hours. I told you guys I had a cold. In 15 minutes, it's better. Namor is not riveting as Killmonger. I would agree with that, too. I'm good. Give me a little drink. By the way, tonight's stream is not going to go as long. My voice is not going to last. But I would agree with that 100%, Ken. Let's go to Alex. I feel bad for Letitia. I don't like Shuri, but I sure can tell she tried. She just doesn't have it at the it factor. And I think that's what we're saying here. I mean, man, I'm telling you, man, all of a sudden, this is what happens when you just start coming on here and ranting and raving. Give me a second. I'm going to drink. Sponsored tonight by Black Cherry, which is clear American. I love this. My favorite drink right here. I might have to go get another one. So if I take a break for like literally 30 seconds to run to the fridge, do not leave. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do that. 30-second timeout. It's not me coughing. I swear it's not. It's someone else. Stop coughing. You're ruining the stream, for God's sake. Oh, my God. Here we go. All right. Let's go. Oh, my God. This is fun. Oh. Okay. All right. Coming in. Rolling in with the brand new Clear American. You guys are like, what the hell is going on in this channel? This is what happens when you don't have a drink ready to. I've got it now. Okay, here we go. You do feel bad for Letitia. I don't like Shuri, but I can tell she tried. She doesn't have the it factor. It's like I said before, I wandered off to get another one of these. It doesn't have it. It's unfortunate, but it's true. I mean, again, the truth hurts, and that's what we do here. We do a lot of the truth. Alex, as I was watching it, I didn't really think the climactic battle was the main climax. I was fully prepared to witness another battle, and then the movie ended. The whole thing's just, man, the whole third act, were you ever even into it? Like, I'm watching them on the ship, and they're all fighting and all this shit. I'm like, I'm so bored. Weren't you bored? Like, I was legitimately like, this movie is dull. That's the thing. You're sitting there for 2 hours and 40 minutes. You're like, give me something that's exciting. Give me a moment that gets me. I almost said something that would make this very child unfriendly. Just get you excited. I'm telling you what, if you do not have this, go out and get it. It is my favorite. Walmart special. Yes, I shop at Walmart. Do not judge me. I saw it today in Dolby Cinema. Missed the first part before the Marvel intro because of work, but I did hear some sniffles. I guess. It wasn't me. I mean, tonight I'm sniffling more than I did when I watched the movie on Tuesday. Or was it Monday? Whatever day I watched. I already forgot A, what day it was, and B, most of the movie. Disney. Whoa, hold on, Brett. Wow, things just got super dark. Things just got genocide in China. Good Lord, where are we headed here? Brett, I got to read yours. Here we go. Hey, thank you, sir. Brett, I really appreciate it. Here we go. I got to make sure I pay attention to these. The super chats. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Brett. I mean, and you know who's huge on that? Let me take just a little time out here and say thank you to Chris Gore. Chris Gore's a huge friend, a big fan, and it goes both ways. I mean, we met each other about 4 years ago at a party, and I love his attitude. I think it's very much like mine. We are no nonsense people. So whatever you hear come out of my mouth and his is going to be the straight truth, what we believe. Now, you can disagree with it, but you know I'm never going to come on here and shill out, right? Like, oh my God, like the Soups kid. I'm going to ruin my voice by doing, guys, I can't do Soups tonight. Don't ask me to do it. Oh my God, no, that's so great. That's it. Stream's over. I can't talk after that. I will not do that. I don't know why anyone watches that. So I don't love it at all. And I'm not going to do that. It's not what we do here. Brett, thank you again. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat as well. Let's go to Alex. Do you think Tena Huerta has a career out of this? I feel bad for him because he's getting a lot of criticism, but this is Hollywood. Exactly. And when I criticize Tena Huerta and I say that his body is not as jacked as it should be, listen, it's Hollywood. I mean, if you're casting for a superhero and I'm the casting director and it's a big movie, even if it's a TV show, I'm going to say, take your shirt off. Because that's part of the deal. And you're going to say, I mean, he looks okay, but he doesn't look like Jackman, Wolverine. He doesn't look like Hemsworth, Thor. He doesn't look like, let's go to even like a thinner, more ripped. Let's go with Bale, Batman. Right? That's still big, but not as, that still looks really good. I think Tenek here doesn't have the physique necessary. And then, when I said that earlier, someone was like, oh, you're body shaming. You guys, we are in Hollywood. You are projecting the image of a superhero. So you need to have it, and it means the body, okay? It's not that hard. That's not mean. It's the reality. And if you think that's mean, welcome to the world. Welcome to the real world where people say shit like that, and you deal with it, okay? So when I look at, when I ran into Taron Egerton at the gym the other day, for those of you who missed it, I ran into him, and I looked over. I didn't even know who it was. I go, that guy is thick. Like, he not thick, fat, like thick, like he'd been lifting, and he was busting his ass too, which I always love to see in the gym. Someone that's working it and is doing like he's doing the rep sets. He's going from chest to back to abs, and I'm like, that guy's working. And I go, oh my shit, that's Taron Egerton. Some say he might be the next Wolverine. I can tell you this, based on what I saw, he could physically get there. He has the size. If he gets a little more cuts. Listen, I'm a little bit of listen, I hit the gym. You guys know that. So I'm going to be a little bit, stronger and a little stricter and a little bit more critical on someone and how cut they are. It's just the reality of it. But I still think that it's totally fair to say that he's not as jacked as he should be. I'm sorry. Ironheart does look goofy, Gingy. I would agree with that. They're making a whole movie. Do you guys think that she was miscast? Because I do. I think that character is supposed to be in the comic books, right? 16, and then at MIT, which would make her, a young college kid. And instead, she looks like she's in her mid-20s. The actress is in her mid-20s. So I'm just wondering why they went with her and had to advance the character in age. Because, listen, it's another. This is one, I don't know if I ever talked about this. My problem with that movie, Happy, what the hell was the one where the girl kept reliving the same day, the Blumhouse movie? When I watch that, I go, holy crap, that actress does not look like she's in college. She looks like she's 30. So I go to IMDb and I'm like, or Wiki, I go, how old is that? And I'm like, she's 29. Like, you can't hide. That'd be like me, like, hey, let's have Eric Weber play a college student. You'd be like, what? That dude looks like he's 40 plus. Well, yeah, you got it. You can't do certain things. So when I saw her, I go, yes, I'm have the Peter Brady cracking voice. Please just let it go. When I saw her, I go, she looks too old for the role. And I think it's fair. A squeak wall. Oh my God. I don't know. No. Oh yeah. Okay. Wait, I'm missing some of this. I thought you were talking about my voice, which is very squeaky tonight. It'll be cleaned up by Sunday, I promise. We'll be back on Sunday. I'm gonna get through this. We're gonna keep going though. Hey, Condolce, welcome back. Oh, I think I already got you. Oh my God, I'm going back and rereading things. I really need to get a. One of you needs to produce the show. Damn it. Let's see. Let's get down here to the bottom. Let's get some new comments because I just talked about Ironheart. Let's see. Oh, there it is. I will not tolerate the hate for Happy Death Day. Thank you so much, Jessica Roth. Is that her name? I'm sorry, but listen to me, Gone Girl. She looks like she's literally 29 and she's in college. It's a problem. It's the same thing with this girl here today. Thank you. All you're like Happy Death Day. I could not remember. Like I knew it was like Happy Birthday, whatever it was. I remember watching it and I was just like, nope, too old. Ironheart comics are awful. She's better in the movie. Well, I just still think that they missed the casting. I think that you need to cast younger. I think you need to just get someone who I don't know. It was weird watching her play Ironheart. Sometimes you watch a performance and you just don't get something from it. And I feel like if you would have given that to someone who somehow was able to be more Deadpool-y, right? More sarcastic, more throwaway, a little more creative almost. I think that that's a better character, right? Because we all know that if you put someone other than Ryan Reynolds in as Deadpool, it's not the same movie. And first of all, not obviously, but it's also not nearly as good. The reason Deadpool works so well is because Ryan Reynolds was born to play Deadpool. So when I'm looking for someone to play Ironheart, I'm looking for an actress who's going to pop. And I didn't see that from her. And also, she's too old. She's just too old. And again, Eric's doing it again. He's saying something that's not nice. So what? This is what you have to do these things. What's going to happen when I end up getting like a budget and someone says, Eric, go and cast this or say, this is what we're going to do. You think I can walk in there and say, hey, this is what? No, I'd say she's too old. Let's get someone else. That happens every day here in Hollywood. So I'm sorry if you can't handle it on a stream. Oh, yeah. Oh, Alex, here we go. Soups is the worst. I'm not going to do this all night, but let me say this. The most likes and all this, and here's the thing. The only wait a second. The only legit critic is you, and I'm not going to read that part of it. But just being honest, listen, here's the reality. That when you have people like Soups that are shills, and you have a lot of people in this industry that are shills, we're going to talk about this Sunday night, by the way. You need to watch Sunday Night Stream. Sunday Night Stream is going to be like investigative journalism where we go and rip off the lid and look at some of the things that happen in this town that shouldn't be happening, okay? And the people that are part of the system, and we can't, if you want to do that, we just need to call them out. And that's what we're going to start. That's what we do here on MMT. We call people out. And am I calling out Huerta for not having the jacked up? Absolutely. That's fine. So what? It's what it is. And we're also going to call out people like Soups, people like Fandango Guy, people like all these quote critics that are legitimately, if you really look at it, they're really just products of the studio system, and they offer things for the studios, and the studios use them. The studios literally use these people to get quotes, to do, all kinds of press for them. And I think you have to be very wary about who you listen to. So, Alex, I appreciate what you say, because that's exactly what I am. You'll never, ever get me to say this movie is good when I don't believe it, or bad if I do not fully back that. So, unfortunately, we have people like Soups out there that are like, shills, and then they ruin it for everybody else. I didn't hate it. I thought it was like an expensive Disney Plus show. Yes. With a weak villain. Yes. Messy plot. Yes. There's some good elements, but they're few and far between, 100%. And that's a Blinded Braille. I couldn't agree more with you. That's right. No one's, by the way, not one person has said that this is a good film. Gavin hated it. Story was so empty. I didn't buy it. They wanted Riri dead that much. The Martin Freeman stuff was awful. I agree. And Dreyfus, that didn't work. No actor brought any bit of weight to it. 100%. Namor miscast. All of this, you saw the exact same movie that I saw, and all of this is correct. Now, granted, I just want someone to come in and tell me that I'm wrong, but unfortunately, no one can. Nobody's coming in here and saying, "Oh, it was great. It's a masterpiece." I don't know. Do I really need I don't want any Chris Gore lessons. Well, maybe just like, okay, Brett, maybe I need Chris Gore lessons for like how to do super chats. I am crappy at that. But I don't get at where's Gore? I think he's in the movie right now. He's gonna come out and like jump on the stream and just get crazy. Amsterdam's about to drop on. Oh, good Lord, Ron, don't even bring that film into this stream. That's really a horrible film. After Sun on the other channel. Oh my God. After Sun's one of my favorite movies of the year. I can't tell you how much you need to go see this film. Joshua, good evening to you. I really, really enjoyed Namor. I love the world building around him a lot as well. I like the idea of Namor. I like the idea of the world building behind Namor. I don't like the casting as much. I don't think it's listen, let's make sure this is clear. I don't think that it's the worst casting ever, but I also don't think that it's the perfect person for the role. And when we talk about that, we talk about a Hugh Jackman, we talk about a Chris Hemsworth, we talk about, like we mentioned the other night, Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt. If you don't have those people in those roles, I don't know if the Marvel universe is where it is today. It all started with Robert Downey Jr., obviously. But when you cast, you've got to get it right. You've got to catch the lightning in a bottle, get the exact person for the right thing. And I don't think that it was as perfect as it could have been with Namor. I don't know. I'd have to see more people, and I could tell you who was better. I didn't see all the people that were in on it. And I've heard he was good on what Narcos. Was he on Narcos? I'm sure he's good. I'm not saying he's a terrible actor. I'm saying he didn't bring the menace I wanted. I want menace, right? I want Namor to be scary as hell. I want an R-rated, and I got a PG-13 rated Namor. I want it R. The first days for super fans, I would agree 100% on that. Commandant's watch a little later. So first night is going to be bigger than the successive nights as far as fans. So again, we look at it, it's still at 94%. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. Not tonight. By the way, why are they advertising, basketball shoes on there? Because I have way too many pairs of basketball shoes. Thank you, Google ads, for targeting me during my stream. No, I do have some Giannis immortalities, but I do not anymore. So let me click out of that. No, I didn't want that. Get out of here. But isn't that funny how the ads chase you around? They literally know what you have and what you like. And then there it is. Look, there's the ad. Oh, there's one more thing. I wanted to bring up another thing, and we'll get back into the comments. Okay, so there is another thing that I want to bring into here, and I didn't know if we were going to do it. Let's make it short and sweet, and then you guys can do whatever you want with it. But I wanted to mention this story here about James Gunn and Peter Safran mapping out an 8 to 10 year plan for DC. Okay, we'll go back to Wakanda Forever. Don't worry, we still have a little bit of time here. But I want to definitely bring this up. Okay, so the duo joined David Zaslav for the Discovery Town Hall. This was today. Okay, so 1 week into their jobs, Gunn and Safran met with their new Warner Brothers Discovery cohorts at a virtual town hall. Blah, blah, blah. Such a unique opportunity to tell one great overarching story. Okay, so that's what they're saying. They want to go the Marvel route, right? And have everything kind of tie in. So here it is. There's more shoes. Are you surprised? I do have a problem with basketball shoes. Get out of here. You'll know everything I buy by looking at the ads when I pull through these sites. The opportunity to make DC as great as it can be and as it should be is the reason why I'm doing this job, and I know that Peter and I can do that. We spent the past 2 years, couple days make that, with a couple of some of the best thinkers in the industry, the best writers, starting to map out the 8 to 10 year plan. So they are absolutely going with that exact same blueprint of the Marvel 8 to 10 year plan. What do you think of that with Gunn and Safran? Do you think that this is the right thing? And I bring it back to Joker, a film that did not have an 8 to 10 year plan. It was like, hey, Todd Phillips, you want to make this cool Joker origin story? Go for it. I hope we don't lose that. I understand they're going to keep Robert Pattinson in the Batman and let that kind of do its thing with Reeves. When I bumped into Reeves at the screening for Armageddon Time a few weeks ago, I asked him, if you didn't hear the story, he walked past me and said, "You're Eric Weber." I said, "Yes, I am." "Yes, he did." Matt Reeves said that. And I said, "Okay, that's probably not good that he knows who I am from Twitter. God knows that's probably not a good thing." But I asked him about Batman 2, and he said that they are working on it. But that's, I didn't drill down and say, "Oh, what's this?" He's not going to tell me. But at least I know that that's what they're doing. But I'll tell you, I just don't know if I am that thrilled in a way with DC doing the exact same thing as Marvel. I feel like their best way to do it is Justy. I don't care for DC wanting to be like Marvel. There's a perfect opportunity to be the anti-Marvel. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what you just got to where I was headed. I want DC to be more like what it was doing in a way versus more like Marvel, because at this point I'm marveled out. Are you marveled out? Because I am. I am legit needing a break from the MCU, especially when Wakanda Forever did not deliver the feels that I wanted to feel. Like none of them. So now I need a real break, and this is a perfect opportunity to give me something weird from DC. A Suicide Squad, the gun version, a Joker, something that's just strange, and I hope that they are still going to do that gun and saffron. Okay, I hope the DC plan is one movie a year, because Marvel, until this film for me is feeling like homework, I would agree 100%. At this point, we have too many Marvel films, we have too many shows, and we are better off. Here it is. Look at the list, okay? Here's the list of all the movies that are coming our way via the Marvel Universe. Here we go. Check this out. Okay, so let's scroll down. Here we go. All right, so these are all the things we've had. Here's what's upcoming. God, look at all these films. There's just so much shit. Okay, here it is. Okay, so we're at Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Next, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp, February. Then not even 3 months after that. Hold on. February, March, April, May. So less than 3 months away. Guardians is May 5th. Then we get a whole 2 months off, and then we get the Marvels. And then, if things stay the way that they are, we won't get another film until May of 2024. Let's pray that's the case. But there are 3 Marvel films in the span of, what is that? Not even 6 months, right? It's like 5 months. Rough 5-6 months. That's too much product, man. It's like homework. I don't want to do homework, Marvel. Stop making me watch all your films. And someone said this on Twitter. Give me 1 second. I get a drink. My voice is literally like just about gone. I got this like cold and runny nose. It's just not good. Do you know anybody who doesn't have a cold right now? Seriously, put that in the guy. I don't know anybody that doesn't have some kind of like a touch of something. But it's homework. And someone came at me today on Twitter and said, "Hey, I'm getting more excited to see things like The Whale and Babylon and After Sun." Of course, I'm excited about that. Whatever. All these smaller awards films. But of course, that's my, where I started, right? That's my main thrust, is watching a ton of really awesome, high-end awards films and stuff that is going to be considered to be the best of the year. Now, I still enjoy a Marvel movie, but I'm enjoying it a hell of a lot less because of this. There's too many. Too many damn Marvel films. I don't want to watch Marvel films all day, and I don't want to watch your stupid shows. Stop making shows. Cut it out. I know Disney, you got to fill content, but it's too much. I don't want to watch all your shit. Drew Sensei, I'm only watching Guardians 3. I agree with you. I of all of these, the only one I'm excited to watch is Guardians 3. And that, because I think that that's a unique situation with Gunn. That is obviously, the first one is one of the best Marvel movies. Second one's very good, but not as good as the first. But I still would take Guardians of the Galaxy 2 over any of the Phase 4 films. That's how far we have fallen, right? When you look at all the Phase 4 films and you remove No Way Home, because that's a Sony film, take it out. When you look at the Disney Marvel films in Phase 4, it is a whole bunch of underwhelming. And here we are again, when I thought we'd get pulled out of the nosedive. Here it comes. We're going to get pulled out, and we're going to be saved by Wakanda Forever. And no, we're not. I have Wakanda Forever rated the same as Eternals, a 6.5 out of 10, which for me is a D. That's not good. You guys think 6.5 is good. I go old school grading system, guys. I'm Gen X. If we got a 65 on a test, let me tell you what that is. That's a D for dog crap. It wasn't a D for delightful. Kids these days like, well, 6.5 out of 10 is good. I'm like, what world are you in? That's like not, it's barely over half. Barely over half. I feel like I do half the show like Allen Iverson, and we're talking about practice. That's why I talk. Literally, that is how my inflection on half of the show. We're talking about Marvel. Stop giving us so damn many movies. Damn. Too much. Brandon, DC should invest in directors, let visual effects artists and production designers have the time to do it, not be dictated by the studio lineup announced, regardless of the artistic vision. I would agree. Just let the directors do their thing. When it comes to comic book films, I don't want to see a homogenized thing, and that's what we're getting from MCU. I watched Wakanda Forever. I'm like, where the hell did Ryan Coogler go? When I watched Doctor Strange, where's Raimi? He disappeared. When I watch Eternals, where's Chloe? I don't see Chloe Zhao in there. She's there like for a few minutes and then she disappears. Because Feige and whoever else ghost directs these things takes over and runs the visual effects through the same old generic output that we always get, and it doesn't have any excitement to it anymore. I mean, if I had a money in a stock, and if Marvel were a stock, I know Disney is, but let's just pretend you could buy Marvel stock, and maybe you, for God's sake, if you can, just forgive me. I do not, sit around watching the stock market all day. I'm telling you, if I could sell, I would sell Marvel stock right now. This is not going well for them, and I feel that's absolutely fair to say. That the interest level in the MCU, and don't get me wrong, this is still going to do a really good opening number. Look at tonight's shows. Let's pull it up. Look at tonight's shows to give you some idea about how this all works with Marvel and box office. We go directly to the Burbank live ticket sales, and I'm going to pull up. Look at it's 11 o'clock. We got an hour and a half till this show. This is in the... Is this the Dolby room? I think this is Dolby. Look at that. Guys, look. I mean, there's like two people in the front row. Almost all the second row's full. Third, fourth are full. Fifth row full. Sixth, seventh row full. I mean, look at this, guys. It's insane. It's literally like the whole theater's full. Okay, that's one. There's more. Hold on, let's do another one. This is fun. I like the Thursday night audiences. Let's see what it looks like. That's 11 o'clock at night. Okay, let's go to let's see, hold on. Oh my God, there's the 3 a.m. Let's look at the 3 a.m. prime. Okay, let's do, before I hit the button, real quick, everybody, over, under. Are there 10 or fewer or 10 or more? Let's make it 11 or more or 10 or fewer. I'm going to hit the button. Are there 10 or fewer or 11 or more right now? Put in the number. How many people are going to be in the 3 a.m. screening down the street at the Burbank Prime 16? How many? You say over. Someone says over. Anything under? More. Okay, here we go. Keep going. Fewer. Okay, here we go. Over. Here it is. Get ready. Remember, the number's 11. Oh, hold on. It's close. I was close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30, 40, 50. There's 20. It's literally 20. Oh my God, there's 20 people at a 3 a.m. showing. That is insane. I might have to go to that. I might literally go to bed and then set my alarm and go down to that. Just as a joke, walk in like pajamas. Just go to the 3 a.m. and go, yeah, I'm here. I don't even want to see it again. Just to sit there with people and go, it's 3 a.m. and we are watching Wakanda Forever. But you look at these ticket sales, even at 3 a.m., these ticket sales are really good. Universal across the road, it's, 5-10 minutes from here. It's slammed too. This looks really good. Now, some of these other ones aren't that big, right? So let's just go into a random, and then we'll get off this. Actually, that doesn't look bad either. This is a 10:15 regular showing, not IMAX, not Dolby, not Prime. That still looks like at least 60% full, maybe more. I mean, this is a film that's going to do a really good number. Sean, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Do you have anything you want to add to that? Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it. Especially as I struggle with the voice and having to drink lots of seltzer water because I'm dealing with a little bit of a cold. Like I said, who isn't dealing with a cold these days as we roll into winter. All right, we got about 15 minutes or so, and then I got to shut down. I can't keep talking. Eventually, it's going. Sodvig, it'd be dope to attend a 3 a.m. show. I think I would, if I weren't as tired as I am right now, I would absolutely go do that. Like, I just am very exhausted, and plus, I said I'm dealing with this little bit of a cold, so I'm just like, I don't want to. But I think it would be hilarious to walk in there, like, and go, "Hey, I'm here at a 3 a.m. show." The audience score will be higher than you expect. Not a bad 7.5 to 8. Yeah, but then the audience score shouldn't be 94, should it? How's the audience score work? Is it the same as the? I don't even know. Is it the same as the Rotten Fresh, where it's just like this is like once you get to you? I thought you gave a number to it. Okay, maybe I'm totally wrong. Whatever. Ryan Kugler, I should have had someone rein him in. CD Stein 69, thank you for joining the channel, by the way. I think he seemed to want to honor his friend, the past, and not make a movie about the character. T'Challa should have been recast. 110%. Yes, I agree. And I think we talked about this on Tuesday. Aldris Hodge, good pick. I know Jonathan Majors is already coming in, so he'd be perfect. I can't believe that someone at Marvel didn't say, we have this actor, Jonathan Majors. Let's give him. I know he's playing Kang, right, Kang? That I think that he's much stronger as Black Panther physically. When you look at Jonathan Majors, have you guys seen Jonathan Majors in that thing? Let's talk about. I just talked about my boy Namor not looking that jack. Check this out. When you look at him, I go, now let me tell you something. This is a guy who's hitting the gym. Look at it. This is a guy who's been working it. Look at the try. I mean, that thing, he's got all three heads working on that tricep. Okay. Nice full chest. Okay. Don't make me break out shirtless pictures. That'll happen at some point. I already did tonight, and then people are like, your body shame. I'm like, oh, God, I just forget it. I'll just send the picture of me shirtless tomorrow. But look, Majors looks amazing. I mean, look, he's got the abs. Well, I'm trying to scroll down. Why was it? Okay, here we go. Here's the workout. Hold on. Is there more pictures? Yeah, look at this. I mean, look, like if you're looking for physically what I want an actor to look like, I want to look like Jonathan Majors. Like I want my lead superhero to look like Jonathan Majors. He's got traps. He's got full pec definition. He's got buys and tries. He's got the deltoids going. He's got everything. My man looks good. And he's also got short shorts on, by the way, which I love. Good for you. Jonathan Majors is killing it. So when I look at that is what I'm looking at. Okay. And that is exactly what was needed for Black Panther. So Marvel completely whiffed when they didn't pick Jonathan Majors to be Black Panther. They should have used him for that. I don't know why they didn't. And yes, I understand. Some of you are going to say it's too soon or what. Listen, look, I mean, my God, Jonathan Majors, you're just killing us all. I'm going to hit the gym extra hard tomorrow for this. Just looking at that makes me go, okay, I'm going to go get that. I mean, I can't get that thick, but I mean, he looks good. But Jonathan Majors should be Black Panther. He should not be Kang. He should be Black Panther. Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Like, that makes a lot more sense. How about this? Would Wakanda Forever be better if Black Panther were played by Jonathan Majors? Of course, yes. So why are you saving him for the bad guy? Bring Aldris Hodge in as Kang, then put Jonathan Majors in his jacked body. Give him T'Challa. That's what you do. We'll just leave that up there. I mean, my man's been working. That's what you look like if you're a superhero right there. All right. Sorry, we'll stop the Jonathan Majors love. Majors looks like the original comic version of T'Challa. Thank you. 100%. That's a star comment right there. It's isn't it? This is actually we're going to cut out tomorrow. This is it. That if you are going to cast Black Panther again, which you should have done, Marvel, you should have picked Jonathan Majors. Look at that man. That man is fine. That man is jacked. That man is T'Challa. Why'd you not give it to him? Why'd you make him a bad guy? Who's running Marvel? Do I have to go run Netflix and Marvel? Do I have to run multiple studios at this point? Because you all know how I feel about Netflix. God knows they don't know what the hell they're doing. But now I got Marvel not giving this guy Black Panther. Yeah, he would be. You're damn right he'd be a good Black Panther. I wish I could obtain that body. Honestly, Lions Mania, I'm going to tell you this. At some point, I'm going to post some things, some workouts. And I'm not kidding around. Now, listen, I'm not saying I'm as big as him, but I will say this, that I bust my ass at the gym. I work really hard. I think the right supplements too. It's very important. But if you are dedicated, if you are dialed in, if you are consistent and unrelenting, you can obtain that body. You have to trust me on this. But here's the bad news. It's a very long process. It's going to take you years, not days, not months, not 1 year. It's going to take years to get there. But I promise you that if you dedicate yourself to it and you fully believe you can do it, you will be shocked at what you can achieve. I promise you that. Michael B. Jordan looks amazing too, doesn't he? I'm sorry, we're just going to leave Jonathan Majors in the loop there with the dog. I mean, I honestly, we just need to look at this the whole night. For the rest of the stream, I'm just going to leave him up there. It's just inspiring, right? Because here's the other thing, and Michael B. Jordan looks the same way. The thing about it is when you see a dude that looks like that, and Michael B. Jordan too, in Creed and also here, I mean, he's just thick and he just looks good. There's no shortcut to get that. The only way to get that is to work your ass off. Now, there are steroids. No one's going to say those aren't real, but that doesn't look like a steroid body to me. That looks like somebody who has good genetics, which I will admit that helps, but also has been working hard. And I think the same thing for Michael B. Jordan. I mean, that man is thick. You know who else is super thick? Jamie Foxx. I met Jamie Foxx at an awards party for Just Mercy the year that was out. It was 2019. And he first of all, Jamie Foxx is like 6'1", not short, 2, thick, like linebacker. Like I go, damn, Jamie Foxx, you look good. Like Jonathan Majors and Jamie Foxx go out and women just fall over. They just drop into their arms. Like just, when women be fainting. All right, no, I don't want to subscribe to Men's Health. All right, that was good. That's very, very motivating. Majors getting out of the water, there's more impressive than Namor's first. Isn't that true? Thank you, Cannon. Why? Because he's jacked. Okay, Alex, do you think there's any chance Wakanda Forever earns a Best Picture nod? I just don't see it. Maybe time to update Awards Ace. Yes, thank you. That's very funny you say that. Let's go to Awards Ace right now because I was actually about ready to do this here. So I pull up my award site, which is awardsace.com, and I have my predictions for what is going to end up in the race for all the different categories. There are 20. How many are you up to now? Is it 20? There's 23 categories now. So I'm up to 20 categories. Okay. So I've got 20 categories on here, everything but the shorts, because God knows no one cares about the shorts. Except unless you're an Oscars degenerate. Let's go to Best Picture. So here are my Best Picture contenders. Way of Water, still there because the first one did well, obviously, Avatar 2. Babylon, seeing that Monday. We do a stream on Monday about Babylon. It's going to be huge because it's the first screening of it. Whatever I think about that film will be the first thing you hear about Babylon Monday night here on Midnight Movie Talk. Banshees of Inisherin, not a huge fan, but yet it will be there in the mix. Black Panther's there because I had it in there before I saw it. Now that I've seen it, I do not believe it has anywhere near the quality to get to a Best Picture. Now, here is my conundrum. When I look at Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, I'm sitting here going, the first one did very well at the Oscars, and even though this film is not nearly as good as the first and not remotely strong enough to be a Best Picture, there still is the legacy thing. So it's hard to say it's not going to happen, like totally say it's not going to happen. So I'm still going to leave it there for now, but I might change my mind in the next, 24, 48 hours. But I don't believe it has the strength to be there, like on merit. No. Elvis, absolutely. From a filmmaking perspective, Austin Butler, no question. Empire Lights, very curious to me. I still have it on the top key contenders here because you're talking about Sam Mendes. You're talking about a very imperfect film, but you're also talking about a work that is very strong in numerous areas. Score being the number one, cinematography number two, Deakins, and of course score, Reznor Ross. And then you have performances with Olivia Colman and the young kid who's very good in that for supporting. But you look at the screenplay and you say no. So Empire Lights, one of those borderline films. It's going to be interesting to see what the reaction to that film is. I liked it, did not love it by any means, but it's a weak year, guys. It's a super weak year. Continuing Everything Everywhere All at Once, I do not want to see that film there, but nonetheless, the reality is it is in the mix. The Fabelmans, another film I do not like. I do not think it has any business in the Best Picture, but it is Steven Spielberg. It's his life story. It's going to be there. She Said, far better film from Universal. Much stronger. Should be there. Better be there when it's all said and done. Tar, probably my favorite of all the awards films this year, the pure awards films that I have seen. And when we talk about pure, we're talking about films like Tar, as She Said, A Fableman's Empire of Light, not like Top Gun Maverick, which is not a pure awards film, right? That's a populist, major box office smash, but also kicks ass. But Tar is the best of the awards films that I have seen this year. One of my favorites of the year, without question. The Whale, I finally see next Friday. I'll have discussion about that coming up probably the following Sunday. Women Talking, haven't seen it, but I've heard mixed on it. But based on the subject, hard to remove that. Okay. Then we get into other films that are, they're there. They're just probably not going to happen. So I really think we're looking at these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 films. I think that we're going to end up squeezing that to more like 11. And if we took Black Panther out, that would be 12. I'd probably take Women Talking out, but that's a hard. See, then we're getting into these like shades of, I don't know. Avatar's the big wild card. Okay. But I think that these are the films that are going to end up being our 10. I don't think there's going to be something else. Now, there could be, because there's nothing else coming. I mean, I've seen everything. And there's just nothing else out there. The rest of the stuff that you're seeing here is just not going to get there. There's no way. I still have The Killer on here. It's not going to happen. Netflix is not dropping it. I need to delete that. But it does have the triangle, which means more than likely not going to make it. But then you look at these like Nope. I know Universal would love to see Nope. It's not going to happen, okay? The Sun I had on there for a long time. Then when I saw The Sun, I said no. That's your Best Picture look here. So, the long answer is I do think there's still a chance for Wakanda Forever to get a Best Picture nomination. Not based on merit, but based on legacy. That's why it's still on the list, but it's really just we're going to have to watch the next few weeks, because I think we're going to really get an idea where this film fits, because box office will help it. If it does really well in the box office, which it will this weekend, it's going to open to 175 plus, right? It has to. It needs to. There's no way it cannot. Because remember, tomorrow is a holiday. Kids are off school tomorrow. Therefore, you have a Saturday on a Friday, and then you have a Saturday on a Saturday. You have 2 Saturdays back to back. So that's another reason Black Panther will pop, because you have 2 full matinee days in addition to Sunday, but 2 of big like Saturdays. That's why tonight's even bigger. It's why they have these 3 a.m. shows, because people are off work tomorrow. They're like, let's do a 3 a.m. show. No one else has that information. No one else has figured that out. This is why you guys watch MMT, because we make you smarter. He is Kang because Majors has range. I would agree 100% that he does. But which character's bigger, Kang or Black Panther? That's the only question you have to answer. And the answer is very clearly it's Black Panther, because that is the character you want to continue to build Black Panther 3 and 4 and 5 and have him in the thing. Kang is a villain that more than likely will be in one film. So this shouldn't happen. Marvel should not cast their best possibility for replacing Chadwick Boseman, Jonathan Majors, and make him Kang instead of Black Panther. Do I have to work at every studio? Do you need to listen, studio heads? If you need to run stuff by me, direct message me on Twitter, or you can simply come on here, give me a super chat. That's you have the money, and then we will talk. But why am I, again, a guy on a stream on YouTube on a Thursday night with a cold, telling Marvel that you got to cast Jonathan Majors as Black Panther and not Kang? Damn, man. Damn. We're talking about practice. All right, we only have a few more minutes. I'm honestly, God, my voice is so like just gone. I already got you there. Ken, it's way past your bedtime, Ken. Ken's in Boston. Ken and I were boys. Ken and I went to so many movies. We sat next to each other. and watched so many things. Well, we actually had so much room we didn't really sit next to each other. We sat in similar rows. Boston was my favorite place to watch critic screenings because they had a giant theater and there were only like about 25 of us. It wasn't like in LA. LA, we have a press screening, and I'm not even kidding you, there's like 300 people there. And I'm like, who the hell are all these people? Now, some people would definitely say that about me, but I would argue this: if at the very least I'm notorious, right? So there's that. But for some of these people, you're like, who is that? And why are they even here? Boston wasn't like that. There was like 20 of us, and it was just kind of like we have our own little area and we just like chill. Majors is bigger than Michael B. Jordan. I don't, hold on. Let's look at the Creed poster. Give me a second. I think you're right. If you would like to say size wise, hold on, let me say. I saw the thing of the two of them. Hold on. Give me a second. Images. Okay. That's a tough one. Here we go. Let's look. Oh man, that's not what I really want to do. Okay, here it is. Okay, pull it up. Let's make it bigger. All right, so let's zoom in. Okay, let's do the physical comparison. I will grade them from a body standpoint because now I'm officially known as that guy because I attacked Namor in his cuts. Okay, so hold on, where is it? Hold on, my bad. Let me just copy this. I opened the wrong thing. Give me a second. Here it goes. Okay, so bang, here it comes. All right, let's zoom in and we'll do the breakdown. Okay, and I'll tell you what one has over the other. Okay, when I look at them, honestly, the first thing I'm saying is we have similar physiques, right? Both have very strong traps. Okay, right. So up, right, the neckline, right. Those are the traps. Both of them look great. Then I look at the deltoid. I would say that Jonathan Majors has more definition, but both have very good shape. And then arm-wise, obviously very similar. I'd, again, give the edge to Majors on definition and cuts. When I look at Majors' chest, it's a little more defined, right? Just a little bit. Now, listen, no one is going to kick Michael B. Jordan to the curb for looking like he does. But I'm just saying, when you look at Jonathan Majors, I think it's just like a shade better. I feel like Michael B. Jordan could be maybe just a slight bit more cut. You guys are like dying. You guys are like, oh my God, this guy's no, but for real, right? But no one is saying either of these guys doesn't look amazing. But I would agree that if I'm picking one of the two, I'm going to lean towards Jonathan Majors physically right now. This is what the show's going to be. You guys, let's just pull up a random picture of a dude that's shirtless, and I'll be like, okay, here's what I see. So, Jamie 5. There it is. I knew I couldn't laugh and not cough. All right, we have I'm gonna honestly got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Get in your. I'm not gonna get to all of you. Get the super chat in. Super chat, and you're to the top of the show. 5 minutes. But also give me a like for this because no one else is gonna break down the physiques of Jonathan Majors versus Michael B. Jordan, the posters. You can watch all the crap trailer reaction things and people screaming and shit, but you're not going to get anybody who sits here and tells you that when you look at Jonathan Majors, you see a little bit more definition than you do with Michael B. Jordan. But both of them look really good. But if I had to pick one, I'm going Jonathan Majors. Everyone else is doing trailer reactions. We're going to do physique breakdowns, physique critiques. That's it. That's the new segment here on Midnight Movie Talk. Physique critique. If anyone steals that, I swear to God, I'm coming after you, even with my cold and runny nose and shitty voice. Empire Light's great in every aspect besides the story. 100%. Ken, you saw the same movie. It's so good in every technical aspect, including performances. And then you get this screenplay that's not even great. And you're like, damn, man, Mendes, why didn't you put it all together? You have all the pieces and it just doesn't quite work. I can see Tar taking a ton of awards. It better. I love Tar. If Cate Blanchett does not win, we always hear that if something doesn't happen, we riot. But I mean, there's really every reason to riot if Cate Blanchett does not win, because this is a once in a decade performance. This is not a once a year, once 2 year, 3. No, once in a decade, maybe longer performance by Cate Blanchett and Tar. So all those whiny ass that are like, oh, she already has her 2 Oscars. shut up. We don't want to hear from you. We want to give the Oscar to who is the best. And guess who that is? Cate Blanchett and Tar. The rest of them can sit down. Every one of them. Cate Blanchett wins. We don't play any other game other than merit. Merit. That's why when I bring up these two fine-looking gentlemen, I am objectively telling you that Jonathan Majors is slightly more ripped. Just slightly. But it's not, again, they both look good. All right, we're almost done. We're almost done. I'm just awaiting to laugh at the endless "we was gangs" jokes. Oh God, Drew Sensei, don't. No! Both are decently sized. And you see, this is where the show is going to get really good, right? And we start doing like physique critiques. Oh my God, they are both. No, they're not. Like I said, come on. Brett again. Hold on. Brett, I love muffins. Gin's okay too. Okay. All right. I mean, listen, here's the reality. Remember, when the super chats come in, I have to read them. Okay, we have literally, I'm 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Searchlight Pictures will win Oscars for the Banshees of Inisherin. Oh shit, if that happens, Kevin, I swear to God. If that happens, I'm going to riot. I'm going to riot if Cate Blanchett doesn't win, and I'm going to riot if Banshees of Inisherin wins screenplay or picture. I am going to run down to Hollywood Boulevard and with a flaming torch. I'm not going to burn anything. I'm just going to run through the streets with a torch, right? Like the Olympic runner, and just wave it around crazy. I'm not going to burn things. Please don't. I'm not doing that. I'm saying I want to just get crazy on Hollywood Boulevard, right near, let's make it near Vine. Hollywood, Sunset and Vine. Let's do Sunset and Vine. Right there, I'll run from the Capitol Records building down and up. Hopefully I won't get mugged because it is Hollywood, and anything after 10 o'clock in Hollywood, there's a very good chance you're going to get mugged. You're certainly going to run across a tent. Okay, we're not going there. We're not going there. The Oscars love Olivia Colman. Let's say before we wrap, this is perfect. Wait, we can do it real quick. She doesn't deserve a nomination this year because I've seen Olivia Colman do the same thing every single time. This is the same performance we saw last year in The Lost Daughter. Even though she's very good here, it's not unique enough. If you're going to leave someone out, you leave Olivia Colman out and you put in certainly Danielle Deadweiler. You put in, Kate's in, but you put in Mia Goth. You put in, you name the actress, you put them in over Olivia Colman because we've already seen that. We've already seen it. The new segment's going to be fun. Physique critique. You guys, how about this? On Sunday night, we will finish with the physique critique, and you will pick somebody. Like, let's pick someone who played a superhero that was shirtless, and I will, like Jason Momoa, and we will say, this is what Jason looks good at. Here's what he needs to work on. And the funny thing is here's the thing that I love about it, is that very few other people could do this because I can back it up. Not like Jonathan Majors, but I'm like, I go to the gym, so I can kind of say this is what we need to work on. Yeah, that'll be fun. I want everything. Watch out. You're gone. Alex, you've officially been banned from the channel. Goodbye to you. No way. If that happens, I'm definitely carrying the torch, not just from the Capitol Records building. I'm going to carry the torch from there all the way down Sunset into Beverly Hills, like literally like the Olympic runner, in just screaming like a banshee. If either Banshees wins or Everything Everywhere wins Best Picture, I am going to lose my shit in the streets of LA. If it happens, I swear to you. Or if The Fabelmans, if any one of those three films wins, The Fabelmans, Everything Everywhere All at Once, or Banshees of Inisherin, if any of those win Best Picture, I'm not even kidding you, I will run, not naked, but damn near naked, down Sunset with a torch, screaming. Oh my God. I have a feeling that's going to happen. I just said, oh my God, I might have to do that. When you run down there, burn a box of Lucky Charms in protest if Banshee wins. Oh my God. So I'll carry a flaming box of Lucky Charms. Holy crap. I think that would be bad because the mushrooms, the marshmallows would literally, they're toxic. It would probably, if you set fire to a Lucky Charms box, it would like just engulf within 0.2 seconds. I'd have no hands. I'd be incinerated by the box of Lucky Charms, the most chemically infused cereal in the history of cereal. Don't get me wrong, I ate the shit out of Lucky Charms as a kid. I would sit down and I'd watch the Super Friends every Saturday morning. My parents would be upstairs asleep. I'd be like, Super Friends are on at 8 on ABC. And I'd sit down and I'd eat Lucky Charms. I would pour like 17 bowls of Lucky Charms. I was a skinny ass kid and I'd eat a ton of food. But yeah, that was good. That was good old days. Then you throw in some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's a good mix. Run, Eric, run. Oh my God. No. I might do it. I'm not kidding you. Guys, okay, we're gonna wrap because I'm so tired. But thank you again, by the way, for the super chat. You're awesome, CD Stein. Everyone else, love you all. Okay, we're gonna wrap because I can't continue anymore. My voice is gone. I will see you guys Sunday night here on MMT. We're gonna talk about box office for Black Panther 2. We're gonna talk about that in-depth discussion with Scott Menzel, president of the Hollywood Critics Association, about shills. That's all I'm gonna say about the practice of studios essentially paying journalists to say good things about film. This might be the end of me as a film person, but at least you know that I am a man of great integrity and I am fearless when it comes to coming after things that are wrong. So that's what we're going to do on Sunday. Then Monday night, don't forget shills are evil. Don't forget this. Monday night is the Babylon. Help me out. What's an alliterative word for Babylon? I was thinking, the bamboozles. No, that's terrible, Eric. The Babylon extravaganza, but something better than that on Monday night. Okay. Yeah, we are definitely against the chills. I will see you on Sunday night. You guys, MMT is over. A 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Sir Brett. You're awesome. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys Sunday night. I'm going to rest my voice and go to bed. No 3 a.m. Wakanda Forever ones for me. I could go to that, but I would be like, literally, that'd be bad. I will run with the torch down sunset, though. No question. It'll happen because I know one of those crap films is going to win Best Picture. Good night. Out.